Oh, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. It is the 3-3-0 to go high school football show. Matt, I miss you. How are you? You're dressed in some sort of
tropical. I'm trying to be positive. It is so cold. And I'm trying to throw everybody off the idea that I wasn't just freezing my butt off outside of Tom Benson Stadium, where you're sitting at, apparently inside.
I have connections sitting up here in the booth.
With no snow. But anyways,
no snow
so cold.
Anyway,
I put this on, and I was just trying to bring a good vibe towards the state championship. Somebody's going to be celebrating tonight. Right?
Yes. State championship games begin tonight, as you alluded to in your video that you posted on the group page. It is Anderson and Avon. How did we get here? Let's throw the scores up on the ticker on the bottom.
Got him. Bam. Look at that.
A lot of scores.
Look at that guy.
Toledo Central Catholic. I called it over Youngstown Ursuline.
That was, but they scored. They scored with how many? It was like 40 seconds left in the game.
16.6 seconds left on the clock.
Even worse.
Basically to end
Ursuline,
it right.
Was that could have been the state championship? I don't know. We'll see.
Really, that was such a really good game. Bishop Watterson over London. Ironton over West Liberty-Salem. Kirtland, they're so good. Kirtland over Galleon.
What about this Liberty Center 48-14 over our South Range? Okay, we know how good of a team South Range is.
Yes, we
do. So that's got to put it into perspective how good this Liberty team really is.
Liberty Center. I mean, the game was close for the first quarter and a half, and then it seemed like Liberty Center just kind of pushed down on the gas pedal, and obviously ran away with it.
Lights out from that. Lights out.
Yep. Indian Valley defeats Taft. We'll talk about Indian Valley here in a little bit. Perkins over Cleveland Glenville. What a shock that was.
Nobody saw that. That took down my state champ pick.
It did.
I had Glenville repeating, and that is not going to be the case. The Perkins Pirates, correct?
Yeah. Correct. They win. The big one that I think everybody, I don't know if everybody kind of anticipated this, but Avon 35, Hoban 10. I mean, Avon is really good, which we've been talking about Avon since the playoffs started, but I expected a little bit more out of Hoban. What happened?
Avon's ability to pass. So
that's fair.
I think the best way to look at that matchup and how it worked out was the weather report 2 weeks ago that limited Walsh's offense.
Right.
Okay. Right. Would have been really beneficial for Hoban to have seen, because Avon was the most balanced team and is the most balanced team in Ohio. Their ability to throw the ball, hit that quarterback they have up there is a special talent. Okay. So
we're going to talk about Nolan Good here in a little bit, the senior quarterback from Avon. Really good.
That there is the difference maker. His ability to control that offense is what set that apart. And as soon as you can get Hoban to have to open up the playbook and dedicate to a passing scheme, I think that there's a little bit of a what's the word? What turbulence? Isn't turbulence? You're going to make it through it, but there's turbulence as soon as because they want to run the ball. And unfortunately, Avon took him right out of that. And we saw that. That's what beat Walsh 2 weeks ago with Hoban's ability to run the ball. And it worked out well. But Avon running into how good is this Anderson team?
I'll tell you what, they had to come from behind to beat Big Walnut. Big Walnut led late in that game.
Yeah.
And then Anderson scored to win it.
28-24.
Yep. Yeah. Anderson's really good. They're undefeated for a reason. And Avon and Anderson will play tonight at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Kickoff is at 7:00.
Yes.
Bundle up if you're going. Good grief, it's cold outside.
Are we picking this right now or no?
We'll pick them here in a second. We got a couple more scores. Olentangy, Liberty defeat St. Ed's. I watched some of this game on Spectrum from the comfort of my home on Friday night. Liberty looked really good. I watched St. Ed's turn the ball over on the first play from scrimmage. They threw an interception. Anderson Liberty went down, scored a touchdown, kicked it off to St. Ed's, who then fumbled the kickoff.
Yeah, you can't have that. It's like the worst time in the year in the playoffs to have those little tiny conundrums on special teams. Special teams guys don't get enough credit. I'm telling you, those coaches are the guys that get you through these big games,
absolutely.
Your practice, you eliminate that. That's turnovers are a no-go right now. So that's unfortunate here how St. Ed's was doing that.
No, and then the other big game, the Hillsdale Falcons came back and beat Danville 25-22. Shout out to the Hillsdale Falcons. Yeah. Shout out to Coach Klein, who I was texting with after the game.
Ooh, okay.
It was a phenomenal ball game. I was getting updates throughout the game, and I was able to talk with him. He actually invited me to their state title game as his guest. So we'll see what becomes of that. If I want to go, depending on what the weather looks like. I believe they play Friday morning. Let's see. They play.
Oh, you one of those? Yes.
They play Friday morning against Maria Stein Marion Local.
You better say that right. Don't get us in trouble again.
Division 7 state title game is tomorrow at 10:30 a.m.
Yeah,
so the schedule goes like this. Avon and Anderson is tonight at 7. Division 7, Maria Stein Marion Local at Hillsdale. 3 p.m. is Bishop Watterson and Toledo Central Catholic. That's the Division 3.
Yep.
Do we just want to pick these? We might as well, right?
Is that how you want to run it? All right. So let me slide it. Let's
tonight. We'll start tonight. Avon and Anderson for Division 2. State champ Matt McGaw picks
Avon.
I'm table of 2. Avon.
I'm going with Avon. When I was there, I ran into the fans were already starting to show up. I got to talk to a gentleman. They were excited. Avon has been waiting to get to this point. Hoban's been in the way. Do you realize that Hoban, that class, that senior class that just is going to graduate from Hoban, would be the first class that hasn't made a state championship game?
Oh, I did not know that.
I think that is legit.
Last year, Avon was poised to make a run at the state title, but
and they ran into Hoban.
Nolan Good suffered a season-ending injury in the regional semifinals, and that completely changed their offense.
Yeah.
So we got Avon.
I like Avon. I'm glad they're there. They're going to represent well. I go get a state championship.
Go get it, Avon. Go get it. All right. Tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m., Division 7, Marion Local, Maria Stein, or Maria Stein, Marion Local, depending on how you want to say it.
Don't mess with
it. Hillsdale, the Division 7 state title game.
I'm going to go with Marion Local Stein because.
So, my gut tells me to go with Maria Stein, Marion Local, but how can you go against the Hillsdale Falcons right now? Come from behind win, 2 Hail Mary win over Malvern, and they have just continued to roll that. They came back and beat Danville last week. You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and say, let's go Hillsdale Falcons. Right. Let's get it done, baby. Let's get it.
All right. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay.
Maria Stein,
good game. Want to see a good game. So, just want to see a good game. Last thing I want to see is
a blowout.
No, at all.
No blowouts.
No.
All right. The Division 3 state title game is at 3:00 tomorrow. It is Bishop Watterson versus Toledo Central Catholic. I'm taking Toledo Central Catholic.
If I'm not mistaken, earlier in the year, Ursuline played Bishop Watterson, I thought. And Ursuline beat them. Ursuline beat them pretty handedly.
Okay.
So going into this, the way that Ursuline and Toledo Central Catholic matched up, I kind of felt like that was the eventual state champ. So I'm going to go and stay on that side of the bracket with Toledo Central Catholic. I saw them play also last year. I still will never understand how they won in Division 3 and they moved to Division 4. That'll always be some kind of conundrum in my mind.
You flipped it. They won in Division 4 and moved up to Division 3.
I don't think it went. I thought they went backwards. No, it was 2. They beat Hoban. They beat Hoban 2 years ago in Division 2.
You're right.
And went back to 3. So now I am getting my information somewhat correct. Yeah.
There you go. So then the 7:30 7:30 game Friday night is Archbishop Moeller versus Olentangy Liberty.
Yep.
I got to go Moeller here. Moeller is a powerhouse. Very, very good
They're
team.
always in there. They're always in talks. So, yeah, I'm going to stay with you on that. That's, table of two, as you would say, right?
Table of two. Yep. Saturday, Division 6, 10:30 in the morning. It is Kirtland versus Coldwater.
14-1 against 15-0. Yes.
Yeah, this is
Kirtland.
I like Kirtland. I like until somebody beats them.
Someone
so
has
good.
to. Someone
Kirtland
has
is
to.
really, really good.
There's some really good. Yeah, all these games. I mean, 14-1 versus 15-0 on Saturday or Sunday. Yes, on Saturday.
Yeah,
right.
No Sunday games.
No Sunday.
The 3:00 game is Liberty Center versus Ironton. This for Division 5.
I'm gonna go with this Liberty Center team. I'm
gonna go with Ironton only because Ironton put up 63 points last week against West Liberty-Salem.
Let me dig into this. Let's dig into this Ironton team as you just said that. Let me just see what we have going. Wow.
Really, really
good.
Good.
There's a 55. They put up a 55 spot as I'm looking at this.
Oh my.
You're 68-14, 63-21, 56-19 on St. Francis. So St. Francis, they're a Central Ohio school, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So they beat them 56-19. Yeah.
I'm going Ironton. Let's go.
Yeah, I might have talked myself right out into the. No, I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay with my original.
All right. Okay. Liberty Center goes Matt. I'll go Ironton. It'll be fun to recap these.
Yes.
And then last but certainly not least, Division 4 state championship game at 7:30 on Saturday night. It is Indian Valley. Just where are they at, Matt? Where is Indian Valley from?
330.
Where did we? No. What city are they from? We had a whole
Janeda Hutton.
Ganadin Hutton.
Janeda Hutton. That's how I say it.
Yes, Ganadin Hutton. I'm going to go with Ganadin Hutton.
All right.
And Perkins, Indian Valley. Let's go. Let's represent Hillsdale as well. The 2-3-3-0 teams left. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm going to stay with Janeda Hutton. I like that.
All right, Indian Valley. Let's do it. So those are the games.
That wraps it up. But what's the deal with? Is there anything going on today, Mike? Before?
Yes, it's funny that you mention it. The Mr. Ohio for football will be announced in about 20 minutes at 4 p.m. today. And I wanted to kind of go through the 8 finalists, get your thoughts, and then kind of let's see if we can pick who we think is going to win.
All right. I like this.
Seven of these guys are quarterbacks, and there is one running back.
I'm already favoring the running back just because I'm against the grain kind of person.
All right. So we're going to start at the top. These are in no particular order. So get out of my message box. I'm not picking favorites here. I'm just reading them how they're listed, okay?
I like this. The
first person on the board is Scotty Fox, senior quarterback from Mentor. Fox steered Mentor to an undefeated regular season, Greater Cleveland Conference Championship, and the number 1 seed in Division I, Region 1. He is a West Virginia commit at quarterback and is the Northeast Lakes District Offensive Player of the Year. Fox completed 65% of his passes for 2,170 yards, 28 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He is a 4-year starter after stepping into the starting role because of an injury during his freshman season. I have seen Scotty Fox play football. He is extremely talented. He is very, very good. He can hurt you with his legs. He can hurt you with his arm.
Do we have a career total?
We do not. I don't have those stats. I'm sorry.
All right. I no, that's okay. We're just basing everything. They're basing everything off just this year anyways, right?
I think so.
Okay.
The next on the list is from Avon, senior quarterback Nolan Good. He is a Kent State commit at quarterback and already an All-Ohioan after his junior season. Good guided Avon to another undefeated regular season as a senior and a 9th straight Southwestern Conference championship. The Eagles entered the playoffs as the number 1 seed in Division II, Region 6. Good completed 67% of his passes, 2,375 yards, 23 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, added 353 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns on 37 carries. Nolan Good is very good. Okay. Good quarterback.
All
right. Now the lone running back in the field is Grady Kinsey of the Janaden Hutton Indian Valley. Running back. He's a junior, the only non-senior in the field. Think about that for a second.
Yeah,
Kinsey has developed into one of the most dynamic backs in the East District, running for, get this, 2,347 yards and 33 touchdowns on 178 attempts in 10 regular season games. He averaged 13.2 yards per carry and only played in 27 of 40 quarters for the undefeated Braves.
Because they were up by so much.
Kinsey, who was a second-team All-Ohio as a sophomore, also contributes on defense with 56 tackles. For his career, he has over 5,000 yards rushing and nearly 80 touchdowns and has made more than 250 tackles.
But hang on. That's career. This season, though, he has 56 tackles?
56 tackles, yes.
All right. No interceptions, fumble recoveries?
Doesn't say anything like that. Nope.
Okay, all right. All right.
Next on the list, senior quarterback from the Olentangy Liberty is Andrew Leonard, Central District Division I Offensive Player of the Year. Leonard completed 140 of 205 passes for 1,982 yards, 28 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Also rushed for 505 yards on 104 carries with 4 touchdowns in the regular season for a top-seeded 8-2 team that has reached the state semifinals. The 3-year starter and program career record holder in passing did this against one of the state's toughest schedules. His stats through week 14, he had 2,776 yards passing, 38 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and then 550 yards rushing.
How many touchdowns?
4 more touchdowns. 38 passing.
Wow.
Getting interest from smaller Division I programs like Valparaiso and Moorhead State for football. He is also an all-district shortstop for the regional qualifying baseball team and an all-district forward for the regional runner-up ice hockey team as a junior. So there you go. All right, next on the list from Ontario, senior quarterback, Bodepen Miller. Who is committed to Ohio State. He was adopted from Ethiopia as a young child. He is committed to the Ohio State University to play wide receiver, despite not having a single catch in his high school career. He is the Division IV Northwest District Co-Offensive Player of the Year, first team All-Northwest District, and first team All-Mid-Ohio Athletic Conference. He was a second team All-Ohioan last year. This year, 2,200 yards passing, 2,216 yards passing, 20 touchdowns, 211 carries for 2,000 yards rushing with 21 touchdowns, 18 punts, averaged just under 36 yards a punt, 41 tackles, 3 for loss, 1 sack, 13 interceptions, 17 touchbacks on kickoffs.
Stop. Mike. Yeah. I need to TiVo. I'm hoping I'm TiVoing you. I need to back you up.
Yeah.
How many interceptions?
11? No, he had 3 interceptions on defense.
I thought I heard it. What was 11? There was a lot. I mean,
let's see here. 211 carries.
Okay. Jeez, Pete.
Disney made a movie about that kid. we've been told. I didn't know that.
That's got to be.
There you go.
That's not serious.
That reaction right there.
No,
I'm not done.
Before she was laughing at the Janeda Hutton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll pronounce it anyway. All right. In week 13, over a previously undefeated Shelby team, get this, 24 carries, 209 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also completed 13 of 28 for 294 and 3 more touchdowns. He has 6,398 passing yards and 54 touchdowns in his career, along with 3,600 rushing yards and 47 touchdowns. He has over 10,000 total yards of offense and 101 total touchdowns. He holds program records for career passing yards, passing touchdowns, career rushing yards.
Him. Just call him him.
Him. Single season passing yards, single season rushing yards, and is number 2 in career rushing touchdowns.
How did we not know about this guy?
Because he's from down in Columbus or Ontario, which is just outside of the 330. But I'm shocked that I didn't know anything about this guy.
Nothing. I'm not
from
kidding,
Ontario. Yeah.
Wow.
He owns 4 school records in track and is an All-Ohioan in the 200-meter dash and the 4x200-meter relay.
Jeez, oh, Pete.
Can we just say, what?
That's what I'm saying. Him.
Capital him.
Yeah, that's the guy. Right. I had a front runner until you started reading off those video games.
That just I'm gonna. All right, a guy that you know a lot about. You're very familiar with this gentleman. It is senior quarterback from Walsh Jesuit, Keller Moton.
He had a great year.
Inland District 2 Offensive Player of the Year. Threw for 1,645 passing yards, 17 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 127 carries for 1,209 yards and 22 touchdowns. He had 1 fumble all season until he had one in the playoffs too.
Okay. I thought.
Sorry, I have to throw that in there because I saw it happen.
It's like you set me up for that. No, that's not.
He holds FCS offers from St. Francis and Mercyhurst, and still expects more opportunities to come his way. Ohio State has reached out in the last few weeks and told Moton it has strong interest in bringing him to Columbus as a preferred walk-on.
Ooh.
Pitt, Army, Kent State, Marshall, Princeton, Dayton are also interested in Mr. Moton. Mr. Football perfectly encapsulates Keller Moton's extraordinary performance, leadership, and influence on the field. Keller is not only the heart of his team's offense, he is a dynamic dual-threat quarterback whose remarkable stats and unparalleled contributions helped lead his team to their first undefeated season since 1998. Moton also led the Warriors to their first victory over powerhouse Archbishop Hoban.
We don't gotta say
2014.
We don't have to relive it. Yeah, that was a great one. We needed that one. Oh, you're gonna get me all fired up again. See, you're just.
We also this one somebody chimed in video game numbers for Mr. Miller. And then we did see this happen when Mr. Moton fumbled against Hoban, but that's okay. You guys split the season series. I feel like there should have been a game 3, a decisive game 3 at a neutral site where weather wasn't a factor.
We'll just
saying.
Put it down for a 30 for 30, the game that did the third game that never happened.
2 men left.
Let's go.
We have Cincinnati Moeller quarterback Matt Ponatoski. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Southwest District Division I Offensive Player of the Year and the GCL Offensive Player of the Year. Threw for 3,600 yards, 50 touchdowns, Matt, and only 2 interceptions.
Those 2 on
he has set the Moeller career passing, or he has set Moeller's career records for passing yards 7,081 and TD passes 80 as a junior. Dude threw 80 touchdown passes in a season. 80.
No.
Or that's for his career. I'm sorry.
Yeah. He threw. How many years did he play? They say.
Hold on, I'll get there. He tied Moeller's single game record with 6 touchdown passes against San Xavier this year. Okay. Owns offers from Cincinnati, Purdue, Louisville, Vanderbilt, Miami of Ohio, and Kent State.
Did he throw 50 TDs this year?
Correct.
So then that would have been 30
as a junior.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
Well, 30 beats out almost a few quarterbacks that we've listed for this year. So those as a junior, the 50 is the highest. There's unless this our last person.
And last but certainly not least, from Belafonte, quarterback, Tavian St. Clair. 2-time Southwest District Division III Offensive Player of the Year and 3-time Central Buckeye Conference Offensive Player of the Year, consensus number 1 senior prospect in Ohio, and a top 10 senior prospect nationally. He is committed to Ohio State. Finished his senior year through for 2,536 yards, 29 touchdowns. Also rushed for 254 yards and 9 touchdowns. The 4-year starter threw for 9,794 career passing yards and 104 touchdowns. He has rushed for 17 touchdowns, and he is a 4-time first-team All-CBC selection. Matt, we have 8 outstanding finalists.
Crazy.
I'm just going to sit here and give you all of you your roses. My goodness. How do we pick?
You start lining up like percentages and yards, and you kind of do that game. And it's too tough to be able to do that because you're not sure what the score was, how they were going about business that night. A lot of these guys may have not gotten to play in the fourth quarter a lot.
No.
Because I got
last year, Mr. Ohio in football was Jordan Marshall, running back from Cincinnati, Archbishop Moeller, and he went to Michigan.
I like hearing that Ohio State has interest in a few of these players.
Yeah.
With that being said,
do you know who won Mr. Ohio football in 2022, Matt? That would be Lamar Sperling from Hoban High School, who went to Buffalo University. Drew Aller won in 2021.
Penn State. I know he went to Penn State.
From Medina, went to Penn State. Corey Kiner was in 2020 from Cincinnati. Roger Bacon, and he went to Louisiana State.
Ooh.
Evan Prater won in 2019. Cade Stover, currently at The Ohio State University, was a strong safety and a running back from Lexington. A lot of fun names to look back.
So who are you picking, Mike?
Oh my gosh, dude, this is hard. I feel like I'm gonna hurt somebody.
Jerk.
Avon gets game 3. LOL. Wow, that's wow. Okay, well we'll show that for a brief second. Matt, I gotta tell you, I was all for Grady Kinsey. I really was. Grady Kinsey had my vote. I was ready to hand it to him.
I was at the running back, and honestly, I thought the only reason that he might not is because he's a junior, and they'll think that he can come back.
Win.
But
I think
Miller.
I gotta go with Bod Penn Miller.
I'm going there too. Yeah,
that kid, 6'4", 190 pounds from Ontario,
and he's gonna go play wide receiver in college.
That is my vote right there for Mr.
That's who I will
football.
jump on. I will jump on board.
I'll tell you what, if Grady Kinsey can win from Indian Valley as a junior, because of the stats that he put up playing in 27 of 40 quarters, and I mean he put up some huge stats too. So
those are were up there.
My goodness, I don't think you'd be wrong with any one of these 8 guys.
No. To be in this 8, you got to feel like instantly you're looked at as one of the top 10 players statistically having that season, this past season, player in Ohio. So even if you don't get the hardware, I mean, let's be honest. Like, how much did we've seen Heisman's win, and the guys that are sitting right next to him go on and have a better career? You don't know. So you had a great year this year. It's absolutely amazing to have this honor to be like even looked at, voted within. So I give a ton of credit to all those kids. There's a lot of sacrifice. The parents too. Think of all the parents that ran these kids
around.
Shout
out to the parents, drove them to practice, all that.
All the strength and conditioning and this trainer and that trainer. There's a lot of effort. It's a commitment.
Yep.
So you don't want to take any of that away.
Matt, I don't know what else to say, although check out our website, 330go.com.
Clicking right there.
/HSFS.
This is it.
Matt, this is it. Season 3 in the books after Saturday night. Matt and I might maybe throw up something just because.
Yeah. Say something to talk a little trash or something.
But shout out to all the fans, guys. We appreciate all of you. We
thanks for tuning in.
We love it. Thanks for tuning in. This has been so much fun. Season 4 potentially is right around the corner. Let's get through another cold Ohio winter, and then let's see what we can do.
Let's talk in 8 months. Okay.
There you go. Matt, I appreciate you, sir.
Thank you, Mike. It's fun as always. I'm glad that we got to do it. Looking forward to next year coming back.
If you go to any of these state title games, please let us know. Throw it up on the group page. Pictures. Give us some score updates for those that are going. Let us know. We will live vicariously through you. I'm not going to all of the games. I'm not a chance. Tonight it's too cold. I will sit at home and watch it on television.
I'm not. I'm in a tropical shirt.
You're probably going to go get in your hot tub. I know.
Wow. Weird. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's kind of cold.
Kind of cold. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it is the 330 to go high school football show. Until next time, be kind, you matter, and we will see you all very soon. See ya.